It won't be tolerated. There's more to come.
Now at 6, a major bust in Gadsden County. How authorities took down a dogfighting ring and who they say was behind it all.
The ability to initiate first aid right then and there saves lives.
Your neighborhood EMS personnel could soon be packing more than a stethoscope. Details on a new law that would allow paramedics to be armed.
When you go through what we went through, the credit goes to the good Lord and these young men.
And heading west, where you can catch the Noles in action during the College World Series in Omaha.
Live from the WTXL studios, this is ABC 27 Sunrise.
Now on Sunrise, the Sunshine State isn't the only place feeling a little added intensity from the sun. Parts of California are also feeling a whole lot of heat. Temperatures were so hot, power went out in some neighborhoods in West Sacramento.
Many people hit the water parks trying to stay cool in the triple-digit temperatures. The hot weather in Sacramento is expected to continue throughout the week. Glad you're with us on this hump day. I'm Malcolm Hornsby.
We're having a great day on this hump day here on Sunrise with WTXL, ABC 27. I'm Cara Bailey, and we're going to get you straight over to First Alert meteorologist Alex Cordero. Alex, rain, is it going to be on the way?
The rain's already falling over parts of the Big Bend in South Georgia. Here's a look outside in radar right now across the eastern Big Bend, stretching from along the Osceola River and east. Got scattered showers and also along the Nature and Forgotten coastline. In particular, some thunder or lightning, I should say, west of Perry. This will be traveling likely closer toward Greenville, maybe in the next hour or so. Tallahassee, for now, quiet. That passing shower has gone on by. It's wet outside because, of course, of the passing shower, but no rain currently over the city, and a lot of western zones for now are quiet. Odds are more western zones will encounter more sunshine today. So if you're along the line from Tallahassee to Moultrie and west, you're going to be warmer. Out toward the east, more rain is likely. That's not to say you can't get rain in Bainbridge, but expect more if you're in a city like Perry or Live Oak or Madison. Temperatures are in the 70s region-wide, and for the 4-to-go forecast, this is what we've got. Numbers in the 70s again through 9, 80 by around 10 o'clock with scattered showers and storms likely throughout the morning.
6:02, 8 people are facing charges this morning in connection to a dog-fighting ring here in Gadsden County.
A year and a half ago, federal, state, and local law enforcement agents teamed up to create the Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force. During their investigation on drug trafficking in Gadsden County, officers discovered more than 100 dogs being kept captive for dogfighting.
Our Jada Williams shows us how that task force is not just keeping drugs off the streets, but also cracking down on animal cruelty.
It's just one of those things that they felt that they could get away with.
What started off as a hunt for drug traffickers ended up unearthing another type of crime in the county.
10 years ago, we broke up quite a few dog rings around Gadsden County, and of course, you know, they decided to start back up.
7 men and 1 woman now facing 83 counts of federal dogfighting in Gadsden County. 4 of the men were indicted on federal drug trafficking charges just a month prior.
They are fronting their money from drugs to fight these dogs, and they're having individuals come from all over.
Investigators discovered multiple houses where dogs were bred and trained to fight. In fact, they even recovered the remains of a dog. According to the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, here's how dogfighting works. The dogs are kept on short, heavy chains, pumped with drugs to increase their strength and aggression, then forced to brutally fight for as long as several hours, resulting in injuries for both animals.
It won't be tolerated. There's more to come.
Jada Williams, WTXL, ABC 27.
Now, right now, the dogs are in the custody of U.S. Marshals.
And Sheriff Young says they have a list of people they believe to be involved in even more dogfighting and drug trafficking operations. Deputies say those people, they'll be cracking down on them very soon.
We do want to send a message out that if you do choose to shoot someone and or kill someone, we will use everything in our power to make sure that you are brought to justice.
Tallahassee police sending a firm message that gun violence will not be tolerated in our communities. Another person was hurt in a shooting, this time at the Aqua Palms apartment complex off Old Bainbridge Road yesterday morning. This is the 35th case of gun violence this year in Tallahassee.
Now, Aqua Palms, which houses college students, is just one of the complexes where shooting occurred. Crime concerns in Leon County are top of the mind for students who are hoping to make a better life for themselves. Just last month, we spoke to one student who says the continuous violence is surprising, especially compared to her hometown.
That's crazy. Compared to where I'm from Jacksonville, Jacksonville's crime every day because it's a bigger city, but because it's so small, it kind of like shocks me a little bit.
Officers say everyone can and should use the tools they provide to track crime in the neighborhoods. One tool is called TOPS, Tallahassee Online Police Statistics. It tracks crime, and all you have to do is plug in an address. You'll be able to get a full history of what happened recently in that area and real-time updates.
It is 6:05 this morning. Florida paramedics will soon be allowed to carry guns when responding to high-risk situations. Governor DeSantis signed a bill into law Tuesday that allows paramedics to have the same privileges as law enforcement officers during hostage incidents, drug raids, and active shootings. Emergency crews say this new law will help save lives in the midst of danger.
It just helps us out in the long run because it shortens the process of which we can now have our SWAT medics on our team right there side by side working together.
To be eligible, paramedics must have a concealed carry permit, complete firearms safety training, and participate in annual firearm and tactical training.
Tallahassee Community College's Eagle Connections is now approved as a Florida post-secondary comprehensive transition program. Long title. Eagle Connections provides educational resources to students with intellectual disabilities and broadens their employment opportunities. The change means students who complete the program will now earn a college-recognized employment credential. TCC is one of 17 post-secondary state colleges, community colleges, and technical centers in Florida with a comprehensive transition program.
This week, the Leon County Children's Services Council plans to hold a public meeting. On Friday, the Planning Committee will meet to discuss their goals and priorities for their communities. The Children's Services Council serves as the hub of child advocacy. The council mission is to bring people and organizations together to help provide opportunities to ensure a brighter future for our youth. Friday's meeting begins at 9 a.m. at the Leon County Courthouse, and all are welcome to attend.
It is 6:07. Listen to this. A special honor this morning for Havana Northside High School here in Gadsden County. The school has been added to the National Park Service's National Register of Historic Places. It's one of 2 historic black public schools to be added to the state registry. It was built back in 1962 and served as a high school for black students in Havana and Midway. Before then, students in Havana had to go all the way to Quincy or Tallahassee for high school. The school integrated back in 1971 and remained a fixture in the community until it closed in 2004.
We've been doubted for most of the season, and it's really fired us up, and I think that mentality isn't going to change.
The Florida State baseball team is one of the final 8 teams still standing. The Seminoles are gearing up for a trip to Omaha and the College World Series. They leave today on their quest to bring home a national title. Florida State and Arkansas will go head-to-head in their first game in Omaha. Now, that game begins at 7 p.m. on Saturday. Make sure you stick with WTXL both on air and online for full coverage.
The tropics are not active. It's continuing to be quiet over the Atlantic Basin, the northern Atlantic not showing any signs of organization in terms of tropical activity, and that'll likely continue for the next 5 days, likely more than that. So encouraging news, not surprising. It's June. You don't typically see a lot of activity out there, but every now and then there could be something. That's why we look at the basin daily. Now, in terms of Titan radar, there's a lot of activity, not directly over Tallahassee, but again, just because it's not raining over Tallahassee doesn't mean other spots aren't getting rain, because there's a lot of it, especially for parts of Taylor, Madison and western Hamilton counties. Also Suwannee County getting in on the shower activity. Now on the full first alert forecast, we'll zoom in more on some of these zones. Just be aware that rain is all over the place out east. Temperatures are in the 70s region-wide still, so fairly warm out there. And for the next few hours, we're not really expecting a drastic difference in terms of temperatures. The thunderstorm potential will continue through the late morning. Expect highs to be in the lower to upper 80s. More sun, more warmth.
It is 6:09. We're going to take a quick look at your first alert traffic. We'll get you straight in to the Tallahassee area, which is looking really good right now. There are not any accidents or congestion of any sort on the map right now. So we'll go ahead and take a look at your drive time. 7 minutes if you're on Monroe Street headed northbound, 5 in the opposite direction. Only 3 minutes if you are on I-10 headed westbound, and that'll do it right now for your check of first alert traffic.
One person arrested after a marijuana growing operation. Details on that investigation in McCulloch County.
Your indifference costs these men and women their most valuable commodity, time.
And outrage on Capitol Hill. Comedian Jon Stewart tore into Congress over what he called shameful disrespect to 9/11 responders. But first, here's a look at last night's Mega Millions jackpot triple play and Fantasy 5 numbers. Best of luck to you. It is 6:10 on this Wednesday.